So I spent 16 years of my corporate career in call centers, working for some of the leading insurance and financial institutes in South Africa, servicing local and international markets. But whenever confronted with having to deal with a deaf customer, this transaction couldn't happen seamlessly. In fact, for a non-deaf person to purchase insurance, it's a simple 20 to 30-minute phone call. But for a deaf person, it is a 3 to 5 day process. This gave birth to our purpose to connect the world to the deaf using accessible communication solutions that overcomes the barrier of communication and further delivers platforms for diversity, equity, and inclusion. My name is Claiborne Appis, the founder and CEO of deaftouch. Now, because the deaf use sign language as their primary mode of communication, accessing telecommunications-based customer service delivery platforms such as 10111 is impossible. In fact, we are born of the confluence of the call center and the accessibilities market. Now, this gives us a perfect opportunity to launch our go-to-market strategy in that South Africa has been voted as the leading outsourcing destination in the world above India as well as Philippines, with more than 1,900 call centers generating over $53 billion in GDP. Call centers globally generate over $400 billion in revenue, but more importantly, there's more than 460 million deaf people worldwide in need of accessibility in order to live a normal life. And so we believe the solution is to speak sign language. And we help organizations in the private and the public sector do so instantly by having launched our voice, video, and text call distribution system in the first of its kind accessible call center that the deaf can now reach through most video endpoints in use today, including the Apple, Android, and WebRTC links. This now means the deaf can speak sign language to any organization via the use of a remote-based interpreter or alternatively to a deaf call center agent based in our call center. This now means that the deaf can simply just download our app on their smartphone, create a profile, and they can get dialing. Competitive advantage is in our software. Traditional call centers use voice-based IVR systems that makes it impossible for the deaf to call them. We use a voice, video, and text call distribution system, thus creating a more comprehensive and inclusive communication environment. Revenue is generated through our SaaS model. We are a B2B and B2G organization, and so through using BPO as a service through our call center, we are then generating our revenue. And additional revenue platforms includes using our video-based dialer as a marketing platform, as well as selling our software to other call centers that they can digitize their infrastructure. Traction includes starting our journey out with the deaf community to understand the problem and see how big the need truly is, and also develop a solution that would serve them well. We then have been incubated locally by the Innovation Hub, and internationally and in China by the Dongsheng International Incubator. We also secured a 50,000 rand grant that we used to build our MVP. This MVP is now being used in our proof of concept, being launched with Business Process Enabling South Africa. They serve as the call center industry governing body, as well as the representative in the global business sector. And we will be offering services to the deaf community from Vodacom as well as Discovery. Our team are vastly experienced in disability, in BPO, as well as the call center industry, and we have a combined experience of over 60 years building products now to solve solutions for the deaf community and also to be able to solve the problem globally. We are looking for $250,000 to scale to a 15-seater call center. Focus on our marketing and also our customer acquisition. We are also looking for telecommunications partners because what we would like to do is offer the service free of charge to the deaf end user and also have a good data line. And then lastly, we'd also like introductions to the Minister of Communications in order to just scale into government as well. And so yes, we would like you to join us in creating a truly inclusive telecommunications environment and connecting the world to the deaf. Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. Giving those living with disabilities a normal life. Love it.
Indeed.
Questions from our judges?
Claiborne, so can you Talk to me about I didn't understand the use of funds, the 250K USD for a 15-seater call center. Is that the tech for the call center or the call center? I didn't understand that.
So good question actually, because we require firstly specialized agents, which are deaf consultants. Unfortunately, as we know, they are quite challenged when it comes from a skills development space. So most of the funds goes to training them, upskilling them, and then also our infrastructure, which includes our software and obviously a call center itself.
I'll be very quick. So you are doing a call center now?
Yes.
So you in the call center business and the software business now?
Correct. So basically, we have needed to pivot slightly, and the reason for that is we're representing a very marginalized community. And when we approached most of the call centers, they weren't willing to take our software on immediately because we haven't fully proven, the market, that there is a gap and so forth. And that is what we are successfully now doing through our proof of concept by servicing the deaf community, selling them Vodacom as well as Discovery products so that they are also able to get, access to services.
Humble apologies again if we're repeating the same question. I'm going to try and rephrase it. I was curious to understand the call center part of it in terms of, was it from an infrastructure perspective, or has COVID-19 given you an idea of how you can run a virtual call center?
So that's, okay, thanks for rephrasing it. So we actually South Africa launched a COVID call center that the deaf community was not able to access. One of our partners, in fact, who is deaf, got COVID twice. And I could just, we shared our story in regards to them not being able to get information and so forth. So instead of then, COVID having to launch a new call center, we will be an outsourced call center that the public and the private sector can use, where we will have trade agents in those call centers to deliver those services on behalf of the various companies.
Thank you so much.